Hello my friends, I am Vini Pompeu Modele, and once again I bring you an inbox review, this time of the new release from Eduard models, dual combo limited edition box for P-51 Mustang. The new dual combo is called Red Tails Eco, and it's something, it's a theme that brings some options for the 15 Air Force squadrons, especially the Red Tails, also known as the Black Squadron, the Black Aviators Squadron, the first one for the US Air Force in World War II. Something very, very special, because this kind of memory is something very important to be remembered for all people, for all the people on the modeling, and to keep the memory and the history alive. And this is something that's very special for me, and the details around the box are really, really beautiful. This art is really beautiful. We have here two aircraft, the Pendaha and Bonnie, and two aircraft that has as I mentioned before, are part of the 15th Air Force or the Mediterranean theater of operations bases around Italy. And the box of the Eduard dual combo this time is a little bit bigger than usually we see in the dual combo for limited editions from Eduard. This box is a little bit bigger than others, and we have some cool details on the side showing all the marking options. Well, the first thing that you have inside the box is this nice instruction sheet that is also a booklet with some information about the aircraft and the theme of these boxes: the Red Tails, the 15th Air Force fighter squadrons, and we have this nice art for the cover of the booklet instructions. And when you open this, we find a nice article about the Mustangs of the 15th Air Force, talking about the formation of their force, the division of the squadrons, how they operate, and how is the squadrons, and talking a little bit about each one of these fighter squadrons that operated under the 15th Air Force in World War II. Some nice photo reference, and we have also the already know Eduard kind of instructions. You can see it's normal for all the family of Eduard Mustangs, so it's very, very well developed, very nicely presented. I will go to the markings to show you. Okay, here is it. The first one, we have the P-51D Tempest Fugit from Colonel William A. Daniel, operating in Mondolfo, Italy in April 1945. This is a head stripe tail. For the same fighter group, we have the February as a B markings. The aircraft P-51D5 from Lieutenant James L. Brooks in summer of 1944, operating from San Severo, Italy. And also Miss Mimi for the C markings. The aircraft is a P-51D5 from Lieutenant Walter Cohenhausen Jr., also operated from San Severo in Italy in summer 1944. and this is something very interesting. The Queen Marjorie, a P-51D from Colonel Marion Malcolm, from the 62 Fighter Group, operating in Modena, Italy in April 1945. Here we have Cat 2 from a P-51D from Lieutenant John Lawler, and also operating from Modena, Italy in July 1944. And here something very cool is something that I think that I will build in this markings, one of my Mustangs of this box. This is Pendarra from Lieutenant William Parent, from 40 Fighter Squadron, 52 Fighter Group, operating from Modena, Italy in August 1944. The history here is very interesting. It says, on September 1st in 1944, a flight by Major Wyatt Exon made his aircraft famous. Returning from a mission to Hungary, this pilot landed near Lieutenant Charles Wilson Mustang, who had to make an emergency landing due to the damage sustained during the attack on the train. He took the unhurt pilot into the cockpit, and together they flew 400 miles back to the Modena airport. William Parent's Mustang sported two whole tailplanes painted yellow. On the port, it carried descriptions of Pendarra and Miss Ruth on the starboard. This is a very interesting history, something really cool. The pilot landed your aircraft, and he covered your downed friend and read back for your home base. Something like Hollywood movies histories, but something from the real life. So this have my special attention now. We have Dust Butt as G options. Dust Butt is something very cool aircraft for this checker tail. Some other checker tail options here. Bows Out 2 from Lieutenant William Hinton, Shushu from Major Norman MacDonald, operating from Mondolfo, Italy in April 1945. And finally, we have the Red Tails Meatball Wrap second as a J option, a P-51D from the flight officer Charles A. Lane, operating from Hamtali, Italy in March 1945. The Bonnie from Captain Roscoe C. Brown, also operating from Hamtali, Italy in 1945. And finally, my favorite, the Little Fred from Lieutenant Frederick Hutchins, also operating from Hamtali, Italy in October 1944. Well, this is the options. As always, Eduard brings these instructions to how to paint the aluminum and silver colors over the Mustang areas. This is very cool, very helpful for modelers. So we can see some areas. The lighter shades are natural metal areas, and the darker shades are aluminum lacquer applied over the natural metal. So this is very interesting to recreate a true realistic paint over your Mustang. Let's see the parts now. Well, on this kit, all the trees of parts coming twice, since it's a dual combo. So all the parts that I will show you here come twice. Two trees with parts. To the modeler can build the two models from the combo. Okay, the only thing that has not twice is the decal sheet. Okay, so let's take a look first on the fuselage parts, and this is very nicely detailed, as something I already know about the Mustangs from Eduard. As you can see here, we have the rivets, we have recessed panel lines, all the details showing the lines of this beautiful aircraft, one of my favorites, maybe my favorite aircraft. Well, he will take to fight with F-14 Tomcat for this time, but it's something very cool. The details are very interesting. This is the sprue D for the kit. Let's go. Here is the sprues for the drop tanks and weapons. We have the different kind of drop tanks, the paper tanks, the short range drop format drop tanks, bombs here, and also two different rocket systems. The tubular ones here, okay, like bazooka, and the normal ones, the rockets here. Let's see some details. It's common. Remember, this is also a tree that comes twice, one for each aircraft that you can build from this box. Let's go for the next. This is the G sprue, where we can find the landing gear base, landing gear doors, tides, air intakes, exhausts and wheels. It's very nice parts, as you can see. I will show you the details. You can see more details on the photos that I placed together with a close look. Here is the AG sprue, and for me, one of the most important of the kit, since it's the interior parts. And you can see that, you can say to me that Eduard models supply photo edge parts for the interior, but I will obviously use this, but I think that's very important that the interior parts have a good level of details. Also, if you want to use the photo edge parts, because the photo edge parts can give all the details that we need. Something need to be injected, and you can see this here. Take a look on the cockpit's details, like side panels and instruments. We can see the cockpit instrument panel, two models for this, the one with the injected gouges, or with no ones to apply the photo edges quickly, or the new 3D decals if you want to do this. It's like decals from Tinta Studio or Red Fox Studio. Here we can see the radio system and the seat. The details on the seat are very well done. The two types of propellers. Okay. Here is the sprues for the wings, and as you can see, once again we have nice resisted panel lines here, and with details like rivets on this part for the undersurface half of the wings. We can see all the rivets on this area. And you have to know that the Mustang upper surfaces of the wings are all the panel lines are filled, leaving just the ammunition panel lines not filled. This is filled to reduce the attrition with the air and give the Mustang more speed. So if you want to create something 100% real or accurate with the history, you have to fill all the panels of the wings of the Mustang, leaving just the ammunition doors not filled. Okay, this is interesting because the model come with details here. If you want to include the detail sets from Brazil made by Eduard, you can easily have a way to cut this off and insert the resin parts easily on this area. Something very cool, something that turned the modeler's work a little bit easier. But then you have to cut this with no detail here to help on this. Here is the clear parts, and this is something that I consider very important, because good clear parts are something that turn the modeler's life very easy, and we have a nice result when you have clear parts well molded, well finished with a real crystal plastic parts. And this is the case of the Eduard Mustang clear parts. Very transparent parts here. We have the three options of canopies for different variants of the Mustang, and we have the gun sight, we have the lights, and this is very nice. As you can see here, we have the windshield with his awesome rivets around us, also here on the canopy, the bubble canopy. Well, here is the photo ed parts. These also come twice. Have two photo ed parts like this and another one, and it comes with three different options of instrument panels for the Mustang, also with the seat belts, some details for the air intake, and different instruments and from the cockpit of the Mustang. This is really very interesting parts that give a more realistic look on our build. I still really I think that photo ed parts are very useful and will be using on my builds for sure. As you can see, more details here. Here is the masking for canopy, for wheels, for the windshield and another parts of the Mustang, also coming twice, and we can use for both aircrafts from the dual combo. And this is very interesting, something that save time of the modelers around during the build. It's something very important in my opinion. All the models should have with the masks to help us to not lose time, because the time is something very important. Is not all day that we have time to work on our models, so all we can save to dedicating to more realism is something very important. In the masking is something that I consider very important. Well, if you are asking why Eduard made this box for the Red Tails Mustang bigger than the other ones, the decal sheet is the answer for this question. The decal sheet is bigger, is very interesting, the size of this decal sheet, and it's very nice printed, as you can see. But as you can see, this is made in Czech Republic and not printed by cartography, something that hurry me, because I really like the cartography printed decals. But let's see what happened. Let's use this and check the result. Okay. Also, together with this decals for the aircraft markings, and we have the two small sheets with the stencils. I hope this decal sheet could be better than the ones that Eduard have printed for your stencils, that sometimes have some silvering, are not good, have no good adhesion, and sometimes could be problematic. So take care. Let's see what happens. It's something that I want to see the experience that I have on this.